Okay, first of all, I apologize for the quality of this video because it's noon and it's like freakishly dark out. That aside, this is more or less a rant, but also news about one of my favoriteest bands since I got into J-Rock, Ciel. They have announced a 20th anniversary starting live. Well, a Happy New Year, and it will take place on December 31st at the Makuhari Mist. And they posted ticket information on their MySpace. Here's my question to every and all J-Rocker ever at all ever. Why do you start a band and you don't go through with it? And if you go on cheddarchainquilty.com, right, probably 2 out of 5 stories you will see are, this is disbanding, someone's leaving, they're retiring, they're having a one-day revival. It's like, it's either you're in the band or you're not. First of all, I mean, I know it's not like, I shouldn't say that. I know that it's not like once you're in forever. And Ciel is a great example for every J-Rock band out there, like, ever. Because they have gone through the 90s to the early 2000s, and now they are starting, they said they would do their first live in 2011, which saddened people, but they're cheating it because they're doing it midnight, December 31st, technically January 1st, 2011, and I love them so much for it. Now, what I'm saying is, there's a band, I totally forget the name of right now, that is disbanding right now. They didn't even release anything. So what's the point of putting yourself out there, going through all that shit, making yourself known, and trying to fight your way for originality or the top spot in like Shocks or Cure magazine or something, if you're not even going to release anything? There's no point to it. There's all these like little bands that get introduced and we are like, oh, they look cool, I can't wait till they release something. They release like 2 singles and then they're done. I can't stand that. It's probably because I live for music, and to hear about so many bands disbanding, going on hiatus, stuff like that, I will always use Ciel as my prime example. Like, for another example, what's my most cliche example? It's a cafe. It's a cafe, it's on hiatus, Ken's doing his cell phone game, Niku's with LC5, Takuya and Tereki are doing, are helping out with other bands, being support drummer and guitarist. Yuki is off in the middle of nowhere, I guess. And again, everybody's like, oh, okay, I guess It Cafe is done. Kenan just said that he'd come back to It Cafe, so the fans wouldn't be sad. Let's look at Ciel. 20 years! And right now, Ken, who is the guitarist, he is promoting his, he's promoting his new mini album, I believe, or single. Hyde, of course, is with Vamps, and they are getting ready to go on tour. I'm so psyched about that. And I believe Tessie is coming out with something too, and Yukihito's just, you know, chilling and doing whatever. And they said they would come back at this date, and they did. They said, okay, we're going on hiatus in 2008, but we'll be back 2011. Guess what? They are keeping that word. And not only did they keep their word, they actually did stuff in between. It's not like Miku signed his life away to LC5 and he's not going to come back to Anticafe anymore. It's not like Canon is held down, like, stuck doing the cell phone game. It's all stuff that they want to do. So if they said, we're going to come back, then most likely they're going to come back. It's not like they said, oh, we're going to come back. Psych! They're going to come back. It's mind-boggling how people think automatically just because a band goes on hiatus means that they're never going to come back again. I've seen bands that are on hiatus for maybe like 3 or 4 years, then they come back with new stuff, like Full-Fledged Stronger, all the original members, all for it, all in it. That's going to be at the Cafe's case. Like I said, it's not like J-Rockers are forced forever to be J-Rockers. They can leave whenever they want. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to make a band, at least put the effort and the time into, you know, being in that band. At least when, like, other members of other bands left, they had put time into it. But bands that are only like, we're gonna release 2 singles and then we're just gonna disband, tra-la-la-la, it's like, and then they join another band and you're like, they're like, oh, this person is from this band, and you're like, I've never heard of that before. It's just, blows my mind, honestly. So, everybody, please take a lesson from Lark and Ciel, fans and J-Rockers alike. The probability of a band going on hiatus, doing their own thing, and getting back together is greater because of these guys. They should totally be an example to everybody, and they are to me. I'm so proud of them for making it to 20 years. That's a huge achievement. It goes like right up there with X Japan and, you know, all those big name people. They definitely earned it. And I can't wait for their new stuff and what they have to offer. And I can't wait for Ken's songs. I can't wait for Tetsuya's songs. I can't wait for Vamp's live performances. Just give them a chance, you guys. Really. Don't count anybody out just yet. And if you get into a band that suddenly disbands like a month after they premiered, then that's stupid on the band's part. But yeah, I'm just tired of seeing news about bands disbanding because it's really depressing. Come on. I'd rather keep reading stories about new single, new album. At least that means they're doing something. So please, J-Rockers, give yourselves a chance and please stop disbanding.